Hello everybody, today we're doing the Brussels sprouts and seared salmon. So I already washed the Brussels sprouts. I know that was exciting for you, right? So that's why I skipped it, and I'm just gonna blanch them. So after I cut these up, I'll blanch them, and then we'll go on to the next step, okay? So first wash them, of course, and then cut them in halves. I cut them long ways. I know you can't see, so let me get closer. Can you see that? See the direction I cut them in? There you go. Looks like a little cabbage. So there you go. That's the direction I cut them in. Not that you got to do that. It's your business. Okay, I've set it on the stove so I can start getting hot. Like I said, just put the Adobo seasoning in there and some salt. Now, I made this recipe the other day for the first time, and they didn't have you putting any kind of a pepper in there. I used cayenne. Now, technically, for me, since I have acid reflux, I'm not supposed to eat spicy food, so I didn't put a whole lot in there. I just put enough in there to give it a little bit of kick because I need some kick to my food. Now, again, we're not going to be cooking this all the way. We're just blanching a little bit, and I'm hoping some of them seasonings gets worked up in there because we're going to air fry this. So just let it do what it's going to do to blanch it. Either bring it up to boil, let it boil for like 2 minutes. Then you cut it off and you give it a good ice water bath. If you do like I did the other day and forget to make ice, in that case, you get it in the coldest water that you have. Like I had water in the refrigerator, so I dumped it in that because you need to stop that cooking process quickly. Okay, so that's the whole point of blanching. Just getting it started. I'm trying to get the moisture in there, and then I'm going to stop. Okay, so I don't know if you can see a little steam coming off. This is the vinegar. You put in a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar and you reduce it on heat. And it takes a long time for this to happen. The first time I did this recipe for these Brussels sprouts in the air fryer, I thought, okay, it might take 20 minutes. And since it takes 20 minutes for them to cook in the air fryer, I was like, okay. And it took longer than 20 minutes. So as you see, this time I've started them beforehand. And I'm not going to show y'all all this. You just keep going. And this is going to take forever. So you got to be patient. Start it early. You don't want to burn it. So that's why I'm letting it go slowly. And I don't know if you can see the steam. You want that steam to come out there. And this is going to get thick. It's going to get thicker, more like syrup. Okay, and it takes a while, so be patient. That's all I can say is be patient on that one. Somebody to get an ice bath. Uh-oh. You can't see it. Too steamy, isn't it? Oh, well. That's just the way it is. Now, I personally put the ice in there. Yeah. I think the cold water works better because it gets in there better, but, you know, sometimes whatever, you know. You can put water in there too. Which is probably what I'm about to do because, like I say, I think ice water works better than ice bath. But sometimes, you know, I want to try other people's way too. Not like I know everything, so I figure I'm going to try it this way better this time. Since I completely just used cold water last, I'm like, that works. Well, ice water works the best. But, yes, okay. So you can use ice water. That works best. Now I tried the ice, which I read somewhere. So, just put ice in there. That's not working as well, though. Yeah, ice water works best. Cold water works good, too. Real cold water, not just tap cold water, but water out of your fridge. That worked good, too. That works. I would say it worked as good as the ice water. Yeah, I think it did when I think about it for real. So I think it worked just as well anyway. Maybe it didn't, I'm wrong, but it seemed like it did. So there you go. You got your ice bath. This is over here still reducing. Turn off that back burner. Give him a little stir. Tell him I still love him. Yeah, it takes a while, folks. It takes a while. So I'll come back and look on this again in a while. You gotta stir it. Yep. Oh well. So that's gonna keep on doing. I'll be back. Okay, what feels like 3 years later, it's finally done reducing. So I need to go and take it off before it burns. See, it's thicker. See, it's kind of syrupy on the end like that. See how that is? That's what you're looking for. Okay? And it took forever. It did. Because, you know, I'm going to have these just stacked on top of each other. That's all right. preheat, and then we're gonna hit start. So it's gonna preheat to 400 degrees. And while that's busy preheating, you take your little oil. The instructions for the manual for the air fryer said don't use those canned sprays. Buy you an oil spray bottle. I got this from Amazon. And use that to put the oil on your food when you're using your air fryer. Where'd my spoon go? So you use that instead. And also, I'm going to be searing our salmon. I'm having a brain fart. So when you sear your salmon in the oven, also it's dangerous to use those sprays. You need to look at the flash point of those sprays, because some of them, you know, your broiler goes to 500 degrees, and those have a flash point of 500 degrees. So you get your little fire going on in there. So anyway, that's busy preheating. So let's put some seasoning on this real quick. Like, now they did have this is salt and pepper. They had instructions which I'll put in there, but when I followed the instructions exactly, it was kind of bland to me. I could taste the Brussels sprouts, which I like their flavor, so that was okay. But like I said, ooh, that's the wrong side. Ooh, that was not the sprinkle side, y'all. That was the spoon side. That was gonna be a disaster. This is the garlic. A little tiny bit of cayenne, because, you know, I really shouldn't be eating that cayenne, y'all. It does not like my acid reflux. So in Adobo, it's like a mixture of different things. There we go. Mix it up. Mixy, mixy, mix. Mixy, mixy, mix. Okay. If they're finished, it's preheating thing, then we'll throw it in there. Okay. Throw it in there. Sit for 20 minutes. I think I'm only going to do 15 this time, because I like my vegetables a little bit less cooked. So I will probably be doing it 15, but if you follow the instructions, it said to do it for 20 minutes. So there you have it. See, there's like 10 minutes left on this. So let's finish this up. According to the recipe, you should do a teaspoon of lime, and then a half teaspoon of soy sauce. And this is for a pound of the Brussels sprouts. And I made this recipe the other day, like I said, and it was good, don't get me wrong, but you know, after you make it your first time, you taste it and you see what kind of adjustments you need to make from that. So I'm making some adjustments, shall we say. So, be pretty, look at this glass. Y'all know I love all my bowls, see? Lovely, huh? So, okay, let me get a little teaspoon. Out of that, folks. There we go. That took long enough, huh? Okay, teaspoon, tablespoon. I know I'm far away, so y'all probably can't see me. So, like I said, I followed the instructions last time. I used a teaspoon. That wasn't enough. I did not, it tasted like almost a hint of lime. I didn't really taste the lime at all. So this time, I'll put that tablespoon in there, which is 3 times as much as the recipe calls for, isn't it? Haha. So like I say, I do what I do, because I know what flavors I like. Oh, what? We'll put them 2 tablespoons in there. All I'm saying is do your do. And it called for a half teaspoon of soy sauce. Nah, I'm gonna do like a teaspoon and a half. So again, I am not following the instructions. And I'm looking at this because we're still at 8 minutes and 33 seconds, so good. Put a little bit of that in there. I might regret this, who knows? It asks for a half teaspoon, but I'm gonna put a whole teaspoon in there. There we go. And then I clean this stuff up, mix it up, turn my oven on so I can start getting my salmon ready, and we'll be good to go. See you in a little bit. Okay, now that I got the sauce done for the Brussels sprouts, I'm gonna go on and get my pan ready for the salmon. I'm about to put this in the oven to broil, in the broiler, for 5 minutes so it can heat up. By then, this will be done. When it's done heating up, it only takes 4 minutes, and we don't like our food too hot, so that's fine if that's gonna cool off some. Oops, I messed up. Let me hit that. There we go. We all right. There we go. Oh, well, anyway, didn't mean to hit that. But anyway, so I'm gonna let this heat up to 500 degrees. I'm gonna use my oil again. Be careful, like I say, you can use those sprays, and a lot of them, their flash point is 500 degrees, and your broiler is 500 degrees, so you're gonna end up with a fire. So be careful out there, y'all. Okay, they're all done. Let's look at them. Come open. There we go. See, the perfect steam's coming out. Yep, perfect. Okay, leave them in there. They're gonna stay hot. Let them cool off a little bit. They'll be all right. And I'm about to do the salmon. So to do that, I'm gonna sear it. To sear it, I've already put my cast iron skillet in the oven, and it's getting hot. It'll be up to 500 degrees. Then I'm gonna spray it with a little oil, the pan bottom with the oil. Then I'm gonna set this fish on it with the skin side down, okay? And yeah, I'm gonna do it just like I do a steak. I leave it in there. It's on the top shelf, right next to that broiler. Put it in there 2 minutes. Flip it over. Let it do another 2 minutes. Then it's ready. You set it on the plate and let it sit for a little bit, and then you're good to go. That's all there is to it. So I guess I'll see you after I take these bad puppies out of the oven. Yeah. Okay, so I just took the salmon out of the oven. Can you see it? It's been seared. So now we have to sit it over to the side so it can cool off a little bit. And just sit, mind its own little self-business. One of these days, if y'all could explain to me how aluminum foil works, I'd appreciate that. Because it holds in the heat, it doesn't get hot itself. I just don't get it. Okay, let's finish off these Brussels sprouts. Bowl. Get our sprouts. Drop them in here. There we go. Got all those out. Yep. And then you get your little sauce that you made. No, I don't want you to come back on. I'm gonna unplug you. There we go. I mixed it a little while ago, but I'm gonna give a little bit extra mixing. There we go. Here, let me see if you can see this. See ya? Look how lovely they are. That's nice. Okay. Sprinkle a little on there. Do a little mixy mix. Because you don't really need a lot, you just need a little drizzle on there. They call it a drizzle anyway, I don't know. There we go, that's that. Now you just put it on your plates and you're all done. So let me show you the finished plate. There it is, ta-da! Pretty cool, huh? I will say I didn't mention that the reason I always cook the salmon skin down first is because the skin gets crispy. That way the oven is on 500 of course, but it's hotter because I haven't opened it up yet, right? So after I spray the oil on there and I let it stay another minute to make sure the oil gets up to that 500 degrees too, then I put the salmon on there so it can make the skin on the bottom get nice and crispy. Okay, and then after 2 minutes, well, you can do 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes, depending on how thick it is. See, you can see how that thick, it's not very thick, like maybe an inch. You flip it over, 2 minutes, and then you're done. Taste test time. I went to Hey Bayou to test it, and I had this little baby fork on there. I need a real fork. So let's see how the Brussels sprouts are. They're good. I could still put some more. Nope, I even taste the hot pepper after it. It just has a kick after it. They came out perfect this time. That's good stuff right there, y'all. Yeah, now let me show you something. Pull one of these Brussels sprouts up. See it? There we go. Now, when you first take them out, you might be like, oh man, they're burnt. No, they're not burnt. That's how they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be like that. So, that's good. Let me get a darker one for you. See? Can you see it? So it came out nicely with the 15 minutes instead of 20. I know salmon's gonna be good. I've done it a million times. So those Brussels sprouts are really good. Salmon's very good for you folks. It's easy to fix. Fish, period, is good for you. Any kind of fish is easy to fix. You can sear it on the stove or in the oven. Either way, it's quick, easy. I season it usually in the morning, sear it in the evening. So there you go. So thank you very much for hanging out with me. Go eat healthy and have a great day. Bye-bye.